Welcome in, everybody. BBL Sports. Just Chat Night tonight. Some technical difficulties. My Wi-Fi is not working, so I have to do this from my phone tonight, which means I don't have a soundboard tonight, which means I don't have an intro. So Jet said he was going to sing it, the whole thing, front to back for us.
BBL Drizzy.
I'm kidding.
BBL Drizzy.
Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. There's the intro tonight. Uh, we are. Jet, I'm excited. We're a Detroit sports podcast, and we haven't talked about the best team in baseball enough. We've talked about them a little bit, but not enough yet this
Best team in
season. So,
Detroit.
best team in Detroit, and that's going to be a little conversation that I've got a question for you. Um, and so we're going to get into that. Talk some Tigers baseball. We're at the All Star break. Trade deadline coming up. Got a little bit of Lions to talk about, but this is going to be very Detroit Tigers focused. Where I want to start, though, I think you've seen it by now. I hope you've seen it by now. But did you watch the ESPYS last night, or did you at least see the Shane Gillis monologue?
Yeah. I actually, after you had texted me, I went online and found the entire monologue. Oh my God, that was so good.
It was so great, so funny, and what made it like it was funny. The jokes were hilarious, but what made it so much funnier was the crowd hated it. It's just you
Yeah.
could hear him pin dry. He would say he made some of the, and they were wild, crazy jokes. But he would make like a wild joke, and I'm sitting on my couch cracking up. You could hear a pin drop in that theater.
Dude, there was like a small group of people that booed after the Juan Soto
Yeah.
joke. I was like, how are you booing at the ESPYs?
And what did people expect? I can't believe ESPN ABC uh hired him to host, but it made me watch. It worked. I'll be curious to see what the ratings look like. I think the most slept on joke of the night. Everyone's talking about all of these jokes. No one is talking about the Megan Rapinoe
Oh, yeah.
joke. That was that had me cracking up. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It's wild but hilarious. A great opening monologue. A couple jokes mixed in there too that were hilarious, maybe a little too far, but I loved it. All right, let's talk Tigers baseball. We're at the All Star break. All Star game was a couple days ago. We're not going to talk about the Tigers' performance in the All Star game because, guys, it doesn't matter. It's the All Star game. Who cares? So we don't even need to talk about it. What we are going to talk about is we're going to start here. We're going to reflect a little bit. Halfway through the season, how would you rate or grade the Tigers' season at the halfway point? Um, did they beat your expectations? And well, let's just stop there, then I'll get to the next question. Just grade the season so far.
It's a 10. 10 out of 10. We talked about this last year a little bit. I have a standing bet with a good friend of mine, Jason Newman, every year, $250 on the Tigers over under win total. And we added to it last year to them to win their division. Crazy odds on it. After a month and a half of baseball, I texted him. I was like, I'll buy myself out of this bet for like 85% of the win total. It was an awful, legitimately the world's worst cash out by me because a real book I would have gotten much better odds on a cash out and probably could have hedged myself. But I wanted to root for the Tigers. I really did.
Yeah.
They've been the most fun team to watch in baseball outside of the All Star game and the series versus the Mariners. They've been unreal. I never thought I would actually get to root for Javi Baez like ever again, and he's been unreal this year. Um, Torkelson has been actually playing like the prospect that he was expected to be. It's been really fun. Like anything less than you really can't grade them anything less than like a 10 for expectations, I feel like.
1,000% agree. I'm with you. 10 out of 10. And yeah, it kind of goes without saying. Obviously, we're at a 10. Obviously, beat expectations. What I think is what's so fun about it to me is going into the season, because Tigers didn't do a whole lot in the offseason. Glaber Torres, Alex Cobb, who hasn't even pitched for them quite yet. A couple small kind of minor pickups, but nothing in the offseason. So the conversation was, all right, we're going to get the same Tigers team that we got last year that made that push to the playoffs, which is really good pitching, non-existent offense. And I'm like, man, I expected, can they be around 500? Can they be in the hunt for the division and get to the playoffs? And sure enough, their own prospects, not the signings they went out and made, but their own prospects have just taken such a leap forward to the plate in the box. Riley Green has been, I mean, he's an all-star. Spencer Torkelson, to your point, finally playing like the number one overall pick. Um, Javi Baez started the All Star game. I wonder what that would have paid, by the way, at the beginning of the year, if you would have bet Javi Baez starts in the All Star game this year. And so it's been awesome to see McKinstry kind of coming out of nowhere. Holt Keith finally picking it up. I mean, you go through the whole lineup, and it's just been crazy. Now, everything's been very positive. Everyone's talking a lot of positives with the Tigers. There is some serious holes and glaring flaws in this team. One of them being relief pitching in their bullpen. Great on the start, on the starting rotation. Vest has been unbelievable. But that's when they've been losing games. You got to bring somebody in, sixth, seventh inning, eighth inning. They give up 5 runs, game's over, you lose. It just feels like it's been same story over and over the last month or so. They're on a 4-game skid. So here's where I want to kind of switch the conversation. What if you had to prioritize? Because I would say there's two needs for the Tigers at the trade deadline: bullpen pitching and a right-handed bat. They need a little bit more power in the lineup. They need a right-handed bat, preferably a third baseman. They've been linked to a few names. If you had to pick just the one, would you rather see the Tigers go after some pitchers for the pen or a third baseman that can hit the hell out of the ball from the right-hand side?
God, that's a great question because I think when you think about like going into a playoff series, would you rather a hot bat, win you a game, or would you rather have, like a surefire pitcher close you out? But then also think of a way you got to look at both ends of it. If you're losing, or if you're winning, if you're losing and you need that bat, or if you're winning and you need somebody to close it out, I don't know. I feel like it's just devastating when you need somebody to close it out and, they give up runs. And obviously that's happened to us a couple times this year. Um, I'd probably say the bullpen. It's not as fun of an answer. I'd way rather see like, a big bat come into play, but definitely bullpen.
Yeah, I'm going to be boring here as well and agree with you. I'm with you. Bullpen. I would love so Tigers are linked to Suarez for the D-backs, and that would be fun. That would be a ton of fun. He was in the All-Star game, got hit by a pitch. Eight was it like the eighth inning, seventh inning, something like that. In the All-Star game, but I would love I would love to see him in the lineup. It would be a ton of fun. Bring some more excitement to the team, but you got to go bullpen pitching because the Tigers have enough offense to win you games in the playoffs, I believe. I do. I think they have enough. Would be nice to get some insurance, but they have enough. I don't believe they have enough pitching to win a playoff series. I would be very worried about the Tigers winning that first series, especially if they get the bye, if they don't add to their bullpen. So some names, I'm just throwing out a couple names that I've been hearing. What's really interesting about these names is they're all in division. Are they going to be willing to ship those players to Detroit? Two names out of Minnesota, Griffin Jacks and Duran, relief pitchers out of the pen from Minnesota. They look like, dude, that's one thing I want to say is this division's pretty much locked up, and we're not even to the trade deadline. The Tigers are 11 and a half games in the lead, and pretty much, I think every team in the division are going to be sellers at the deadline. Like, I don't see a single team being buyers trying to make a push. Like, they're just too far out of it. This division sucks, which is great for the Tigers. But so those two guys out of Minnesota. I'm also seeing Cade Smith out of Cleveland, which I still have nightmares of Kate Smith a little bit from last year in that playoff series. He roasted the Tigers a couple times. And so if we could get just one of those arms, that would be a boost. If we could get two arms in the bullpen at the trade deadline, I would feel really, really good about the Tigers' chances pushing into the playoffs. So, all right, this is the question that I want to ask you. And you kind of already led to this, but out of all of the teams in Detroit right now, the Wings, and go ahead and take the Wings out of it. They're not going to be your answer, but Pistons, Lions, Tigers. Which team is closest to a championship?
Mm, gosh, and I don't know baseball as well, but I do think you can buy yourself a World Series, and I don't think we're spending the money to buy a World Series. We need some dumb luck, and outside of I think Texas Rangers. I don't know. And you love conspiracies. You should dig into this. I'll sick you on the case because you'd be better at looking into it than me. I got down this rabbit hole of Texas Rangers World Series was a gambling rig. They were like the worst team in baseball the year prior, statistically, not record wise, but from pitching and batting. And then the next year they go on, win the World Series, having a phenomenal year. All these batters are batting unbelievable. And then the next year they go back to being like a below average team. And it's like the professional athletes all don't go on hot streaks at the same time for an entire season. And so the conspiracies were like the balls were juiced, the players were all on roids, or they were sign stealing and they figured out a way without anything. And so, outside of anything like that happening to the Tigers, I don't think we can win a World Series unless we went out and spent a bunch of money and got like another incredible pitcher. You got to have two like no doubter aces, and then the bats have to be hot because Scuball can only do so much. He can pitch an insane game, and we still lose 1-0. So unfortunately, I think that there needs to be more management involved in the Tigers, even though they're so great right now. I would say the Lions. I think everything's there for the Lions. I really hope so. Um, and then with the Pistons, it's like, gosh, we have so much good young talent, but it really hasn't all come together yet. And maybe our boy Duncan Robinson is that missing piece, but I don't think so, and I think it's got to be the Lions.
All right, I am. It pisses me off when this happens because it becomes boring podcast. But I agree with you. I agree with you. It's the
I
Lions.
think I just make so much sense. You're like, I do have to agree
It's
with
true.
him.
You talked me into it. But I will say this. I think it's the Lions, and for a lot of the reasons that you laid out, I do think the Tigers. I do think the Tigers have a better shot than you do potentially. I don't know exactly where you would put that at, but I really do think I don't think the Tigers need to swing big at the deadline this year to get themselves there. Um, the reality is though, they're not going to win the World Series the way they're currently constructed. So, you get some more help in the bullpen, you get some guys back healthy. I mean, they're doing this without Kerry Carpenter right now. I mean, he's been out and look, they kind of, they fell about 500 teams since he went out. But I do think they're close, but not as close as the Lions. The Lions just have, you take a look, we've never been able to do this in our lifetime. You take a look at the Lions roster, just top to bottom. It is mind blowing. The talent, the top five, top 10 players at their position that they have I mean, they have a top 10 player at every level of every group of offense, defense, special teams. It's like it's wild. It's wild. So I just think the roster is so good. Can this be the year where it all comes together? Can this be the year where we get a little luck on the injury side of things? We got hit so hard last year. Please, football gods, can you just take it easy on
Don't
us
even
this
say
season?
it. Don't even say it. You brought it up last
Please.
year in preseason, and I mean, damn it,
It's
it worked.
it's the worst thing I've ever said, and I take full responsibility for it. we got so lucky on injuries in 2023 that going into last year, I'm like, man, the one thing that's going to derail this team is an injury bug. And we got really lucky last year. And then sure enough, by week 6, it came to fruition. So blame me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just one quick thing to touch on this topic. I think it's really, I mean, we're so blessed right now. And you really like famous quote from Andy Bernard in The Office. I wish I knew when the good times were, so I could realize it's the good
Really
times.
close.
Yeah. What was the quote? What's the exact
You
quote?
just, I wish somebody would tell you you're in the good old days when you're in the good old days.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, this is me telling you guys we're in the good old days of Detroit sports. I mean, the fact that we're even asking the question of who's the closest to winning a championship, the
And there's
Pistons are
3
in
teams.
yeah, the Pistons are in an insanely great spot with all the young talent we've had. We've done a great job drafting. The Tigers obviously are in a unique situation versus the Lions because the Tigers they haven't spent a bunch of money. With the
Right.
Lions, we're in a blessed spot where we're like going to be forced to spend a ton of money and pick who we want to keep. The Tigers, I mean, outside of Javi Baez and what is will always be considered a bad contract to me, but turning into a good player, outside of him, we're not paying anyone anything. So,
Mm-mm.
I mean, there's Screwball's due for a massive contract, but outside of that, I mean, we have so much opportunity as a baseball team, which is just unreal in a great position. Same thing with the Pistons, like Tobias Harris being like our biggest contract right now is a
Yeah.
blessing.
Well,
So we're in a great spot. We're in the good old days, guys.
no, I agree, and we talked about this. Gosh, I think it was like during the Pistons playoff run. Like we briefly spoke about this, you and I, and you're right. You're absolutely right, and I'm not going to take it for granted. Windows close quickly in pro sports. We
Yeah.
know that, and so we need to take advantage of this and hope. Hope. Think how awesome is it going to be if we get like a Monday night football game, same night that it's Tigers playoff game in Detroit, something crazy like that happening this year. We're in a good spot. So I'm with you. And this could segue into some Lions talk because I've been keeping up. We're at this time of the year, by the way, where news is trickling out a little bit. You're starting to read in, starting to study up for the season. Guys, we are exactly 2 weeks away from the Hall of Fame game where the Detroit Lions play football. Like we're ramping up and I'm pumped and I'm ready. So I'm excited to do our preseason shows. Remember those last year? We pick our Super Bowl winner, division winners, the whole 9 yards. That's a fun time. So we'll do that. But all right. I want to know. I don't know if you've read these yet. I want to get your live reaction to these articles. So, 2 articles regarding the new look offense under John Morton for the Lions. First piece: as they're designing this new offense, supposedly John Morton plans on splitting out Jameer Gibbs into the slot and having him play a lot of receiver this year. He'll still get carries, he'll still be a running back, he'll still get carries, but you're going to see a lot more Jameer Gibbs in the passing game and a lot more Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery on the field at the same time. Does that move you?
I like it. I hope his legs are fresh. I like fresh legs. Dude, running ghost routes for no reason is dumb to me, but I also get it plays into the scheme of you can't only put him out there when you're going to pass to him. He's got to run some empty routes. But yeah, I mean, shit, you take less big hits as a receiver as well too than you do in a running back, and he's not. I pray to God we don't put him out there pass blocking, but he won't be blocking as much too, protecting the quarterback. So yeah, protect our little star. Have him run more routes instead of blocking for the quarterback. That's awesome.
If you get fantasy drafts 1-1 first overall pick, is Gibbs the move this year?
That's a good question. I'm gonna preface this by saying I hate fantasy football. I'm in way too many leagues and it like killed my brain on fantasy football. And I also haven't won in forever, and so that kind of makes me mad. So just hearing me having 1-1, like I've never once picked a good 1-1. So yeah, for the homer in me, I'd take Jahmyr Gibbs.
Off of that article alone, I'm taking Gibbs, especially if you're in a PPR. Uh, I just want to say I was 1-1 last year and I took CMC.
Same.
Nice.
And I traded, or no, I didn't. I I wasn't 1-1. I traded for CMC, and obviously the whole leg injury
Mm,
happened. Yeah,
really good trade. Yeah. Good GM.
yeah.
I'm with you. What's funny, you saying that, I'm with you. I don't enjoy fantasy football. It's too
No,
much. And
it's a
I'm
way
in
to
all
keep
these
in
leagues
contact with
and
friends.
yeah, it's too much. Okay. Second piece of news that dropped from the Lions beat regarding the new look offense. The deep threat, pushing the ball down the field is going to be much more of an emphasis this season. Um, and I think no, you're probably thinking, wait, didn't JMO have a million touchdowns? And yes, he did. But those were more kind of 8-yard digs. He ends up taking it to the house. The Lions didn't have this deep ball kind of passing threat, something that you would see every game. Um, and so supposedly that is going to be more of a priority in this offense. And so look for Jameson Williams to be a bigger part of the offense this season than he even was last season. By the way, believe he broke the record in the NFL for least amount of catches with 1,000 yards in a single season. Does that move you?
That does move me. That I'm just so excited he's a part of our team. He's just such a weapon.
He's he's my favorite line. I don't think that's a secret
That's a
here.
that's a big statement.
He's been my favorite Lion for a while, and I looked stupid for a while, and then last season happened, and then I looked like a genius. But no, I'm with you. And he's going to be wearing number 1 this year. Yes, I have his number 9 jersey, but that's fine. I'll go buy. Kind of think I have to buy a JMO 1 jersey now. Uh,
Yeah.
but no, I'm pumped about that, and I think we've only got JMO for a couple more years because he look at the money that receivers are getting, and we're not going to be able to afford him, but. I really think if you took JMO and put him on any other team, I mean, he'd be putting up the numbers that I'm not saying he's not as good as Justin Jefferson, but he'd be putting up those type of numbers. Yards, catches, touchdowns. He can be a number 1 option in the league. And so I'm excited to see that unlock and then what that does to the running game. Kind of some of that pressure it takes off of Goff. I would love to see it. I'm really pumped to see what this offense looks like under John Morton. Very excited to see what the defense looks like as well. And the last thing I want to talk about with the Lions is, did you see the TJ Watt contract today?
No.
TJ Watt's re-signed in Pittsburgh, 3 years, 130 million, something crazy like that. $41 million a year.
Mm.
The price of the brick is going up. And Hutch, I think Hutch is going to break the bank. But we have to sign him. Like we both agree, it doesn't matter what the price tag is. We have to sign Hutch.
Let's see what that trade value is like.
That's so wild. I forgot you said that. I forgot you said that during the
That
season
was hot
last year.
take of the week. Shout out
Yeah,
Forrest
it was.
Lansky.
Wild.
Um, I did see something where Lions were like landing favorites for Jadeveon Clowney. He got cut by the Panthers,
Like
and
already? Because I swear he
well
just like signed with them, right?
he signed with them last year, and he got
Okay.
cut. He got
Okay, you're
cut
right.
back in May.
You're right.
So I mean, he would be somebody that we could get for cheap, help with rushing. I mean, he was the number one overall
Zedarius.
pick in 2014.
Yeah. No, and he's productive. Everywhere he goes, he's productive enough. I mean, he's not one of the top dudes in the league, but he's productive enough. And I think the locker room would be accepting. He would fit in with the culture enough. He's not the greatest locker room guy, but it's they got a solid locker room here. What I don't understand is Zedarius.
Yeah, I mean,
He's still out there. He wants to be
he.
a Lion.
I was gonna say he wants to be a Lion, but also there was like weird. I didn't really get it. After we lost, I thought that there was reports coming out of him like talking shit. And
I didn't read
then
those reports if they exist.
and then I saw him say that he wanted to be a Lion again, and I was like, that's weird. Immediately after the season, I could have swore I saw all over Twitter him badmouthing Detroit.
I don't remember that, but that could be true. And I'm gonna look that up as soon as we get off because I'll change my mind. I'll change my mind if there's some issue there.
I mean, I
I could
highly
see it,
doubt
but
it if he's saying that right now, but it would be totally crazy if he was right after the season. Then he realized he wasn't going anywhere else, and he's like, "No, I really do want to play here."
he got interviewed somewhere recently, and he's like, I don't want to be anywhere else. I want to be in Detroit. I'll sign in Detroit. I'm waiting for them to call me. So, and you get him. The reason we waived him was some of the guaranteed money. We wanted to save some money on the cap. So, I hope he's back because they also released some of the injuries. You know, we're going into the season with some injuries, especially on the defensive line. And Josh Pascal was on there. Don't know what happened there. Levi Onwuzurike is on there. Obviously, Lee McNeil. We could use some help on the defensive line, so I'd like to see them go and get to Darius. But all right, this is the last question of the night that I have for you regarding sports. Are you going to bet on the Hall of Fame game?
No,
Look at you.
I know.
Proud
I've
of you,
been
man.
trying to be good. I've been trying to be good because you are so good at this. Well, actually, I think you're a liar, but you're like, I only bet football. And then we go to a Pistons game together, and you're like, I got an 8-team Tim Hardaway Jr. first basket, Tobias Harris 5 threes, Jalen Duren, double double. And I'm just like, wait, what? I thought you only bet basketball. And then you send me some five legger that hit on FanDuel the night before. You're a wizard with all of it. So, no, I am not
Oh,
betting it. But whether you say you are or not, I won't believe you until I
I'm
see a
betting
same
it.
game parlay.
I'm betting it. I promise you, I'm betting it. And listen, do I stick true to it all the time? No. There's times where I have to deviate, but in my lifetime gambling, I do really well during football season, and then every penny I make during football season, I give it right back during college basketball, NBA playoffs, MLB. And so I have, the discipline where I've been pulling all the money out of my FanDuel account at the end of football season. But FanDuel does the like bet $10, we'll match it, bet $50, we'll give you free bets, and they get me. I fall for it. Fall for it when I get the emails about the free bets and all that stuff. So I'm not totally not gambling when it's not football season, but I'm trying not to. But I will absolutely be betting the Hall of Fame game. Absolutely. First football game. It's almost un-American to not bet it, but I am proud of you for not betting it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see when the day comes. I say that right now, but
Could be a
I
Hendon Hooker legacy game.
yeah, that's true. Um, I do have a fun fact for you.
Okay.
Lions Super Bowl. Why? Why, you ask, outside of the fact that we're the greatest team in the league. Uh, Last year's team that won the Super Bowl lost both their coordinators and lost their starting center.
It was written. And what color was the Super Bowl logo last year?
Green.
What color is the Super Bowl logo next year?
I don't know, but I'm going to guess blue.
It's got not just any shade of blue. It's
It's
got light blue.
Honolulu.
It is, it is,
Oh,
I'm thinking part of me wants to bet Chargers and Lions because it's that shade of blue. It could go either way,
okay. Yeah,
which is huge. Could you imagine
that
a
is big.
Lions Chargers Super Bowl?
Oh, and then you're just sitting in gravy.
I'm just saying, if you go back like the last 8 years, you look at the logo, it's crazy.
Yeah, I bet
It's
you.
a winning betting strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Danny Taylor. He was giving us the Chargers all last year. Maybe he was just a year late.
He's a year or two.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
No, that's all I had for you though.
No, well, I like that. We're gonna manifest it. We met with Scott Constable. Scott already said it. It's coming. The new neural pathways. Um, All right. I know this was a short pod. We just needed to hop on and we just wanted to do this. We haven't talked in forever and get this out there. So sorry for the short pod. Only 30 minutes, but we try to run through everything. Um, but guys, it's ramping up and we'll be ramping up just so you guys know, like we're gonna ramp up as football season comes. We'll be doing like way more YouTube lives, TikTok lives, putting out more TikToks, doing more podcasts, get back on our picks that we'll be tracking throughout the season, gambling, all that stuff. I think this year too, we're going to turn $10 into 10,000. We're
We
actually doing
will.
that this year.
We will. And uh if you listen to the pod, tweet, tag, text, call Stark.
Yeah,
Tell him you miss him.
is ask if he's okay. Is he alive? Ask him when he's wearing the tail to a Tigers
Yes.
game.
I think he
we
he quit the pod because he didn't want to wear the tail.
he didn't
And
want to pony
you
up.
know what? We're not letting him off the hook.
No,
He's wearing the tail.
1,000% he's wearing the
And
tail. So
I somehow have to eat like 42 wings from Applebee's before the season.
yes, I forgot about that as well. Dude, we all said we would do it. All right, we got to figure this out.
Wait, you're coming
Also,
home
I'm home in a couple
your
weeks. Yeah.
birthday. Yeah, your
Yeah.
birthday.
We celebrate by eating 42 wings.
Yeah, for you turning 42.
Yeah, it's my 42nd birthday. Um, no, I'm gonna say this and then the day comes and we might not actually do it, but we'll try. Um, Jet and I are gonna go golfing together on my birthday unless he stands me up. And maybe we'll make a little BBL kind of golf course content video. You guys we'll do a play a hole with me following
Ooh.
Jet. We'll get some good golf content. So,
I love that.
but
I might do a get ready with me in the morning too.
let's just do the whole day. Get ready with me, showing up to the golf course, play a hole with me. We'll do it all, and then play
And
by play
then
at the
we'll
bar
do the
after.
Applebee's
Yeah.
a plebis.
Oh, I can't even think about that right now. But all right, dog. Well, I appreciate it. It was good talking Tigers. We're back to it. Just kind of in closing, keep an eye out for some moves at the deadline. I expect the Tigers to be active. Lions ramping up. We got a preseason game in 2 weeks. Let's see what Hendon Hooker's all about. And we will be back soon. And really, really looking forward to football season. So make sure you guys are subscribed, following us, because content's going to start pumping out much more frequently as we approach football season.
Yes, and the hats. Check out that hat. Check out that hat. Huge success. Everyone loves them. We gave them out to a bunch of our loyal fans. If you are a loyal fan, you got one. If you did not get one, you need to be more vocal and let us know you listen. Also, let us know what we should make next.
Great point. Thank you for bringing that up. We'll be doing something else towards football season. So let us know what you guys think. Sweatshirts, shirts, hats again, whatever you guys want. Let us know. We'll design it, and then we're gonna make more of them. We're actually gonna I think sell them this time. Um, so let us know. But if you're a loyal fan, you don't have to pay. If you follow, subscribe, push the content, you don't have to pay. So if
Right.
if
So
we're making
push.
you pay, you're not a loyal listener. You're not BBL. So, but all right, no outro. I'm just ending it, but appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you soon.